different.
Ooh, they're trying to find the catch there. We talked about the Azami before and how much that they can waste, and this is the best place to waste it. Nesk wastes Blur. And you were highlighting the player that can try and get the kit down. He's not going to get anything more than the Selma you hear popping off in the background. There is Volps with a swing round. Virtue did get at least a little bit back, but now they've lost one Ash charge. And most of the fighting has happened kind of far away from even the vertical side of the site.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that G2 hasn't been droning it, it's just they don't look like they can do anything with it. But G2 answers back very quickly. Lagonis and Palu last two alive. Now all of a sudden it's Palu. Look at that, the round, which looked like it was going quite poorly for G2, is almost over.
I mean, kind of out of nowhere. There, really, it was a bit of a close down, and that's what we talk about this map. It goes from 0 to 50, and then even more so. He's trying to find the side of the fight. They're dancing over the angle of Jazz, and Virtue gets it out, and I'll be honest, you can see there's a lot of intensity there. Here, and he's got the kit. If he goes down, it's a big rotate to get it back, so Palu's under pressure from Sandwich as well. Either side of the fight, but as that space he can play in shrinks, Alamau hops in, gets Volps once again. He's doubling down what he did last time around, ring around the rosies as Resets gets Virtue on the opposite side. Alamau, that's 4, that's almost 5 across the sites in 2 rounds. Hits Peepers. We asked the question, where is Alamau at the start of this game? Well, he's knocked out of this one, but you cannot doubt the effect and impact he's had so far. Blur cannot find the space, looking for just a breath to put the kit, but Benja gets the kill instead. Hang on a minute, we don't have to do that. Instead, let's sit and pretty before Benja takes our head off.
I mean, the one thing for G2 is that they've been clearing just the top floor. They haven't needed to clear 2 floors. This time around, having to clear 2 floors can be a bit of a challenge. They've taken out Volps. The mid round where G2 usually flourishes is long since sailed by. And now you're in the late round. We haven't really gotten here with G2. How is it going to go for them?
Well, Nesk on the retake over the top. Palu gets Blur on the back end, but Alamau is right behind him. It's sort of that trade on trade game with Doki trying to pick up the pieces and finding a fight because everybody's confused. Alamau's down, so is Doki. And that extra time that Liquid are able to buy themselves buys them their first round, a bit of intensity, but this game, I feel, is just going to start getting intense. Suddenly we're putting pressure onto the site. This time, Liquid are going for the same retake that was the take last time, and it was successful. Apart from that, Reset's gone. Alamau is able to catch one out. They're watching on the stairs. They're watching on the rotate here. Do they have the awareness? They seem to have a vague idea.
That whole round hinged on Volps. 40 seconds left, 2 players left in the bomb site. They're just going to be playing to die. This basically might be a tomb, but nice pick from Lagonis. He's going to just further barricade himself inside a bathroom as Palu looks for the retake. And it's going to set up G2 really nicely, who don't have any utility really at all, but they're able to find the picks. And both Alimau and Doki get the final 2 picks there. Emmy, expertly done. Again, it's the mid-round where G2 really thrives.
Benja's going to try and cook this grenade right underneath. They were well prepped and well popped. Volps gone. The player who was able to get those entry in the first 3 is now the death of the previous one. And here, as the blinds go over, get out of the way, Doki, you idiot. I need the plant. They're trying to get their way through. Resets gets Virtue through the soft. There's the C4 over the top. Can't quite get the execute because they popped in Sandwich window at the same time. Alamau blinding on the back of the execute. They're going to go for the retake. Lagonis, no, opts to move away from Workshop as Workshop gets a kill. Missed moment there, and now it's just Lagonis. 3 versus 1 post-plant. The command of the site there was entirely driven by G2. They hopped in, and I'm going to be honest, as someone who watches EUL a lot, this isn't the most uncommon take. A pistol pulled out on the back of Dawn. They now have the watch behind the Oster shield and the Talon shield inside the site. No impact to break it across. Blur can play this as aggressive as he wants. Sprays through the side, loses the fight. Lagonis is now tucked onto it. He's got 17 seconds. Benja has to come for the rotate. Benja has to go all the way wide. They can just hold on and get the defuse!
Well, I mean, there's certainly a lot there that we can discuss.
Formulaic idea of, well, how do they solve this problem? Do they try and throw themselves in as they've done before? Well, Doki is able to get the kill there onto Volp. The only hatch that they've popped open now has an eye line down onto site, but they still have control of the bathrooms. They can't just take the drop without somebody being behind them. Nesk is watching from the corridor as well. You can see Liquid has set themselves around, and they can do just that. Nesk strikes Virtue on the side underneath, I think that might have been. Through the gap, yeah, it was. Doki has to now
right now for G2, especially with Benja needing to get that goo out of his foot. And Doki has the diffuser, by the way, with 15 seconds to go. So the moment that Doki goes down the bottom of the stairs, he's as good as dead. There it is. Resets finishing him off. Mid-round for G2, ultimately falling apart. Was the benefit for them for so long, but I don't know if you can mentally reset after that previous round with the blunder that was made, basically. I like these changes right now from from Team Liquid rather. The Candela is obviously a staple here. The smokes go out. Nesk on gridlock. You can conceal a plant with the sounds of those track stickers, but would you look at this? They're already in the sight.
Nesk is able to get one kill with the gridlock on the back end, and as I said, they sort of read that G2 did not have a lot inside the site itself. There's a bulletproof that's watching a smoke and a bit of coverage, but the problem is, where's the kit? Still sitting outside sandwich window. Because Lagonis, the longer he sits here, the more dangerous, the more worrisome the whole system becomes. They want to get a route through. Kiva barricade gets deployed, resets gets a bit of a shake through. Alamau finds Volts, which is, I think, the cover for the run out underneath. It is. Banja finds Palu. They're finally in, getting the plant on the back end, but now it is just them left. The start of this push from Liquid was so good, so succinct, so adapt, so everything was Liquid, and then G2 put him in a cup and threw him out the window. Maybe force a bit of rotating motion and say, well, we're going to put pressure onto the site, as Lagonis is inside the site. They're with the kit, but they're pretty much alone. Blur and Doki went out their fights. Resets does get his, but now the kid is once again cold elsewhere. And what do you do here, Liquid? They don't know.
Decide to reposition. They find Alimau just fine. You're gonna let Palu take 1v1s, you're gonna get punished for this. He's already won a single one, and now he's gonna come to a head with Doki. Diffuser down, Palu's left inside of the site, but it's a 3v1 Emmy. Knows the Azami's coming, he loses it to Doki on the pre-fire. Bear in mind, this very much could be match point if G2 had prevailed and not made such a significant mistake in the post plant all the way back in round number 5.
Themselves up this little safety box there, happy to hold the angles. As said, it wasn't really a gadget used massively well by Liquid, and they swapped off it pretty quick, but here they're able to reconstruct along with the castle. They're turning border into a blockade of barriers, dangerous Minotaurs wearing G2's emblem that are more than happy to strike and take their prey. Nesk might be the next caught. It's actually Lagonis on the front door. Nesk finds a fight leading in, but it's coming around from his left and from behind him. And that is now map point.
No real follow-up. Look at the right side of your screen. Yeah, there's only three drones remaining for Liquid. Nice pick on Alimau. Maybe shouldn't have decided to engage on Nesk from that position on top of East Stairs, and now Doki could meet the exact same fate in this position. He actually wins it. And gets 2 for the price of 1. Have the round to go and Liquid's in trouble.
This might be if they're still up and operational. There goes 90cam with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect time for them to get down below, but it looks like the gunfights are all they really care about, leaving just Palu in a 1v4. These two Titans collide, but honestly, it was the G2 show. Their best performance so far here in Phase 2, and they make Liquid look not like gods, but like mortals.